I had the opportunity to talk with Dawn Cusick at the South Carolina Book Festival. She is the author of many books, including the book Bug Butts. We talk about her favorite and grossest nature and animal facts. Listen on to see why I had to ask. So, hi, I'm Lillian, and I'm here with Miss Dawn Cusick at the South Carolina Book Festival. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lillian.
So, what is your favorite fun fact about animals?
Oh my gosh. Well, basically I love their animal behavior. So when you see them doing these wild things, there's usually some kind of very rational reason for them. Like there are these peacock spiders where the males pull back up the back of their abdomen, and they have all these bright colors on the inside, and they're basically advertising their species and also advertising the quality, their mate quality to females.
Cool. So what is the nastiest fact about animals you ever have learned?
Oh, nastiest. Well, a lot of it sounds really nasty, but when you learn about it, it's not that nasty. But one thing that sounds really nasty is, there are a lot of herbivores, animals that eat just plants, but it turns out that the cellulose in the cell wall of plants is really hard to digest. And so every animal needs some way to help digest that cellulose. So usually it's bacteria or some kind of microorganisms, and they have to get that into their stomachs, and there are some animals like elephants and rhinos that are not born with it, and so they will eat the feces of an adult to get those bacteria into their digestive system.
Cool.
But it's important, otherwise they would starve to death, so,
So you have written many books with many fun titles. What was your favorite book to write?
Bug Butts, which is all the cool things that insects do with the lower part of their anatomy.
That's cool. Okay, so what's the best part about being an author?
The best part is that you get to find a way to tell these interesting pieces of information in fun ways. So hopefully people learn about them, and it makes them ask more questions and go be better learners themselves.
Okay. So how can educators teach about nature to children in a fun way?
I think the way to do it, and I am an educator, I actually teach college biology, I think the way to do it is to start with the bigger picture animals. Start with whole organisms, start with whole plants, whole ecosystems, whole animals, and then look at what they're doing, and then break it down and talk about why. So then you talk about cells. Instead of starting out with molecules and atoms and cells, start the other way. Start with the interesting things that are going on, and then break it down from there.
So can you tell me a little bit about your books?
Well, all of the children's books are nonfiction and about animals and animal behavior, or specific structures that they have, like I've done some on anatomy, things like tongues, animal tongues.
Cool. So if you could go back in time and give a younger you advice, what would you say?
Oh, I would say do the things you want to do sooner. Don't wait so long. I waited a really long time. I should have waited sooner.
Okay. And what advice do you have for young and aspiring authors?
I would say, besides obviously making time to write, also read a lot of books, because you can't be a good writer unless you're a good reader.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell our listeners?
I'm amazed at you, Lillian, and thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to I Had to Ask.